What's up guys, it's Leanne Henry and I'm back with another video. So if you are here, this probably means one of a few things. One, you probably came here from the last video that came before this video. You may have come here from the search results, you saw this video posted on social media, whatever the case may be. Either way, you're watching this because you want to become a real estate agent. Welcome to the wonderful world of commission-based sales. It's so fun. Okay, I know that sounded like sarcasm. Sometimes it is really fun and sometimes it's not fun at all. But that is life. Many things are not that fun, like hangovers, a crying child in a restaurant, a ponytail that's too tight, your lineup that got pushed back. You know, sometimes stuff just happens. However, there are really good times in life. And it's the same thing with real estate, same thing with any career that you'll have. You have highs and lows. It's more so what you make of it. But what's really exciting about real estate is that it really is what you make it. How hard you work translates to how many dollars you have. If you want to have a lot of dollars, you will put in a lot of work. Before you can do any of that, you actually have to get licensed. All of the information that I'm going to be giving in this video is based upon the state of Michigan. I'm currently a licensed realtor in the state of Michigan, so I'm only speaking from my experience. The process is very similar for each state. There will just be a couple of things that vary state to state, so make sure that you're checking out your own individual requirements based upon the state that you live in. That was my disclaimer, okay? So don't be mad at me in my comments or in my DMs or any of those other places. Okay, great. In almost every single state, I believe that the minimum age that you need to be is 18 years old to become a real estate agent. So you don't have to be a college graduate, you just have to be a high school graduate, or I believe that you can also have your GED. So you must be at least 18 years old. Are you 18? Check. Next, you have to take your pre-licensing course. So you need to complete a 40-hour real estate fundamentals course. There's a couple of different configurations of the way that this class happens. I personally took them over the course of a month, 2 nights a week from 6 to 10 p.m. And then there was a final on the last day of class. So there's a couple of different variations in the way that you're able to take the test, but just pick the one that works best for you and your lifestyle. I was working a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, so I did the 6 to 10 p.m. class so that I had time to get off work and make it to class. So once you complete your 40 hours, you're going to take a final at the end of your class. You have to actually pass this final or you don't have the green light to go take the state exam. You actually will have to retake the class all over again if you don't pass your final. Wherever you choose to take this class, it's really not that important. Some people will take online classes, some people will take in-person classes. I personally wanted to take an in-person class. The cost of my Groupon was $60. I believe without the Groupon, it was going to be $180 to take the class. However, that varies from state to state and class to class. Again, this was almost 4 years ago. Don't quote me on those numbers. It just all depends on the type of class that you take, where you take it, what's included in your class. However, it probably shouldn't cost any more than $500–600 at the most. I feel like that's the high end. You are not required to sign up underneath the brokerage that you take your pre-licensing class at. If you want to, that's great, but you do not have to. Once you pass your final, you'll have to apply for a real estate salesperson license. Go online and pay the fee to apply for a license. Again, this does not mean that you are a licensed agent after you apply for it. You're just asking for permission to take the state exam. There's a waiting period once you apply for this license. I don't quite remember how long this waiting period was, but I do believe that it was relatively brief, definitely less than a week. So yada, you're waiting for this email that says, congratulations, you're authorized to take the state exam. So for some people that's really exciting and for others it's really anxiety provoking. So I know people that did not pass their state exam on their first try, their second try, their fourth try, fifth, sixth. I know somebody that took them 7 tries to pass their state exam. exam. Now, it costs money each time you take this state exam. So in Michigan, it was $75 each time you take the test. And let me tell y'all, I was broke. So I was not paying for that test more than one time. So I was absolutely determined to pass it on the first try, to which I did. So make sure that unless you want to shell out $75 over and over and over, that you're really taking it seriously on the first try, paying attention in class, you're taking notes, you're asking questions on anything that confuses you. You want to be successful at this, and you don't want to spend any more additional money than you have to. So paying attention in the beginning is going to save you coins in the future. This money over here is thanking you for what you're doing over here. So once you receive authorization to take the exam, you are going to schedule the actual test. These test dates fill up fast, so make sure that you're planning ahead. You can't expect to go in the night before or the week before to schedule this test. You have to plan in advance because they're always constantly filling up. Think of it as you're taking the SAT or the ACT. So I believe that this exam was 3 hours or 4 hours long, one of the two. It's they give you a decent window of time, and there's over 100 questions. I used my whole time, even though I finished the test very, very quickly. I finished it in about an hour, but I actually went through and double checked all of my answers. They don't tell you what your score is if you pass, they just tell you that you passed. They only tell you what your score is if you did not pass. So I don't know what my score is, but I'd like to think that I got between a 95 and 100% because, you know, we're overachievers over here. As long as you pass, that's really all that matters. And your goal is to pass it on the first try, but it is okay if you don't pass on the first try. I made flashcards. I studied them in my free time. I also loved Prep Agent on YouTube. So Joe from Prep Agent was amazing, and I believe he was integral in my success in passing the state exam on the first try. So I'm gonna link Joe's page somewhere here. I never even reached out to Joe from Prep Agent to thank him or anything like that. Like, a lot of people will call in and just let him know how great he was in helping them pass the exam. I never did it, but if he somehow sees this video, thank you, Joe, for your help. A lot of the things that he says are universal, so it doesn't matter which state that you're in, they're helpful no matter where you are. Once you pass your state exam, then you're going to find your broker. Some people will choose to find their broker before they take their state exam. I personally just wanted to wait until I passed just to make sure that I had everything squared away that way. But some people do choose to pick their broker first so that once they get their official license, they can just be off and running off to the races. It's just a matter of preference. There's no right or wrong way. However you want to do it, just make it happen. So choosing a broker is very, very important. I actually have gone through 3 brokers at this point. Well, I'm on my 3rd broker. But if you want to learn how to find the right broker for you and to start off on the right foot in your real estate career, make sure you check out the next video in this series. I'm going to be sharing my experiences with the brokers that I chose and how I ended up with the broker that I'm at now. And I am so happy with the broker that I'm at. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends or anyone who you believe it will be helpful to. And as always, I will see you in the next one.